literally just trying these Asda noodles. They're kimchi flavour. It was more because I saw them and they're cheaper than the other pots. So I just wanted to see if it was actually better or worse. But like it's worse because it's cheaper, or if it's just worse because it's worse. The noodles, kind of, like, there's something about them. They remind me, look-wise, of pot noodle. And I think that's because a lot of pot noodles use like a thinner noodle so that it cooks quicker, because obviously you don't put it in the microwave, you don't put it in a pot, it's just in here. It just has to cook using the kettle. So it says to put both sachets in before you add the water, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it... Smells okay. So there's one sachet. And then it's got a sachet with like bits in it. I won't know what those bits are until I open it, so. Okay. Kimchi maybe? Dried kimchi? Is that a thing? No? Let's see. With 450 ml. Okay, so it's making you measure the water already, which I'm not going to do. I'm just going to pour in enough. Just going to pour in that much. We're going to use a fork today. Nice fork. Just push it down so that it gets the powder wet. Mix that around. There we go. Okay, and then I'm just gonna do that. Okay, so we're just gonna stir it a little bit. Just break up some of these, just to... I definitely think that's dried kimchi, and I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of the fact that they're... It doesn't smell as nice as the kimchi flavoured ramens I've had. That is for certain. So let's just give it another minute, and then I think we'll be done. Okie dokie. Stir it again. See, I don't really know how to word this, but the noodles don't actually seem to be cooking. Like, they do. They're not hard anymore. But, like, they just feel... They're very springy. I'm gonna assume it's done. Because, like... How long? 5! Oh my god, okay. That's why. So apparently you need to leave it to stand for 5 minutes, which isn't as good as the ones that you can leave them for, like, 3 minutes. Like, I had the Nongshim, like, original flavour noodles, pot noodles yesterday. 2 minutes. And they were done. They were ready to eat. I love Nongshim noodles. Is why I tried these ones, because the Nongshim kimchi noodles are like really good. They're the ones in the big pot that's like this size. So I wanted to try these, see if they're better, because these are like slightly cheaper. I don't think they're gonna be as good at all. I really don't. Right, let's again. Getting a little bit impatient now, because I'm not used to having to wait this long for my noodles. So, okay, it has been 4 minutes now. And to be honest, the noodles aren't changing consistency at all. I find it kind of hard to believe that they're going to suddenly change consistency in the last minute. So we're just going to eat them now. I'll wipe this off with that. I can't remember how I did this. Like this. Which one was that? I don't think it matters. So, right, let's try this. Oh, we don't want a lot because I might burn my mouth. I always hate using forks because there's so much less grippage. Oh my god. Like, I don't know if it's going to be but we'll see. So that is really what it looks like. It's just kind of... It doesn't, it does kind of soak up the sauce. I wouldn't say it doesn't a lot though. I just don't want to burn myself. Okay. Whew. Okay. They're actually alright. They're actually okay. I think I could eat these. If I were to have them in the future, I would microwave them. Because the noodles are still slightly chewy. And I don't have an issue with that, actually. So, you know what? Maybe I won't. Maybe I'm just talking out my ass. So now we're just having a little eating video. It is definitely not as good as the non-shin ones, but it's a good alternative. If you're looking at like budgeting, then like I would get these instead of. They're actually less spicy as well. So it, like if you're not a big spice person, like it's definitely a bit of a shock because like genuinely for some stupid reason wasn't expecting them to have any spice to them. That's Asda isn't great when it comes to spice, I feel. Like, all the spicy stuff I've had from Asda isn't spicy. They're not very good at... Specifically, like, Asian foods. They just never hit it on the mark, really, I've noticed. But I think that's just because it's a white people thing. We don't do spicy food. That is genuinely edible. And I know that's not like me saying it's delicious. It's good. Like it's definitely good. Not amazing. Like I could probably make noodles taste like this pretty easily. So that's another thing as well. If you take into account the fact noodles are a very easy thing to home make. It's more the actual seasoning that's the difficult bit, I would say. But I could 100% make noodles that taste better than this at home, using my own seasonings, using my own spices, using my own noodles, and that would probably be cheaper, because you can bulk buy noodles, and you can bulk buy seasonings and stuff like that, so it'll be a lot cheaper in the long run to do that instead of buying this. But for a quick fix, definitely, I could get these. They are nice. Oh, yes. They are very springy as well, and they haven't clumped together either. They are very good though. They are very decent. Very decent food. I think, yeah, my main issue, they've got some weird seasoning in there. And I can't, not weird, but they've got seasoning in there. And I don't know what it is. And they've got too much of it. That's why, when I eat noodles, I want to be able to stuff my mouth. So I am going to leave the rest for my older brother. He's coming over today. Because I promised I would leave some for him. Because we wanted to try it together, but I wanted to do this, so I just said, like, oh, I'll leave some. It's his birthday today, so I have to be nice to him. Also, the fact he did buy these. He did spend his own money on these. But yeah, so that is those. Oh, I have an idea. I'm trying to have some Coca-Cola. Clear my mouth. Oh, nice. But yeah, definitely recommend. I'd say for what they are, Asda brand noodles. I'd say definitely like a 7 out of 10. I would say. Could I finish one with the flavors actually? Okay, we'll go down to a 6.10. 6.10? 6 out of 10, because I could not finish this by myself. The flavors would get a little bit like, oh, which they don't do with the non-shim kimchi pot noodle. So I will have to dock it down a point because I couldn't finish it. Not because it's too much, because of the flavors. So, and like, not because it's too much flavoring, like, oh, it's like, you know, it's just overwhelming. Nothing like that. It is just, it is over flavored. It's not even like in a, I do need to try the broth though, just by itself. So we'll do that. So I got some broth. That broth is good though. So it has to be the noodles then. It has to be the way it clings to the noodles, I reckon, because the broth is good. Genuinely, that's really good. I really like the broth actually. So I don't know what the weird over flavoring is. It could just be the noodles themselves. I'm not a huge fan of these types of noodles anyway. It's just really nice. What the hell? What the helly? Right, I need to stop. Otherwise, I'm going to drink all of that broth. Right. So that was the Asda Kimchi Noodles. They're good. Like, I can't fault them. If I try and get, like, just a bit of noodle by itself. It's the noodle. That's what it is. The noodles are a little bit weird. The broth is gorgeous. The broth is to die for. I would pay for this just to drink the broth, to be honest. Really good. I'm going to say the noodles, like a 4 out of 10. Like, could be better. Broth, I'm going to say an 8. I'm going to say an 8. 8.5 out of 10. I'm giving that an 8.5 out of 10. So yeah, I reckon that is like 6 out of 10 if we mesh those scores together. Yeah. It's decent. It's decent, guys. It's got the Lucas stamp of approval, you know. Not that's really difficult, I feel. I don't think I'm that picky. But yeah. Cool. That's it. Peace out, guys.